Hello. It's literally just about going around and finding resources and artifacts like that, and building your own headquarters, and discovering the secrets of the universe that you're in. Because quite literally, your character has amnesia. So you don't know anything about anything. You use your visor here to scan plants and minerals to find out what's in it, and I don't know, I like it. It's good when I don't really want to, like, worry about having to kill this or rescue that or whatever, you know? Damn, I need ferrite. Neither have I. I mean, today he opened up a gift in Pokemon Go that I sent him a while back. But other than that, I haven't seen him on the PlayStation. Yeah. I wished her happy birthday on the Facebook. Without Facebook, I wouldn't remember anybody's birthdays, except for my mom's. Alright. Yeah. It's your boyfriend, of course you're not gonna forget him. I forgot about that. No, it happens. I have a cousin who shares the same birthday as I do. He's actually my mother's cousin, with the way it works. And pretty cool dude. Yeah. He went a little weird though, cause he was a security guard, and he worked in a hospital, I think it was, and he got pistol whipped by somebody in the emergency room, I think it was, and he's never been quite right since. Yeah. Like I told somebody on Twitter, Sacramento isn't to the depths of San Francisco or Baltimore or LA, but it's getting pretty bad here. all of the all the people that can move from the Bay Area up here are doing so, and they're bringing all of their crap with them. It's been happening since I was a kid. They slowly, because of the housing prices and crap in San Francisco moving up, since the 80s, it's just gotten more, you know. They've been moving from the San Francisco area up here. And because there was always, you know, a little trouble with, you know, ruffians or thugs or gang members, however you want to put it, but it wasn't hardcore, you know, until the 80s, you know, going into the mid to late 80s and into the 90s and beyond. And now they want to try to put, in California, they're going to try to put a bill through to start doing rent control and shit like that. Make it so that landlords with homes, you know, of a certain age, like if they were built before, like, you know, 1995 or whatever, they can only charge X amount of money, and they can only raise it like 10%, you know, stuff like that. I truthfully don't know if it's going to do any good or not, because the reason why the prices are so crazy here is because we have a lot of people and not a whole lot of multi-person housing. They're not approving new apartment buildings to be built, and the ones that they do approve are the ones where there's only like maybe 8 to 12 units per building, you know, shit like that, things that won't help the housing crisis in the long run. And you combine that with the high rent, you know, yeah, we've got a homeless problem. We've got the elderly and the vets out on the street. You know, we've got group homes that are not the greatest. And how the hell did you hit me from there? Piece of shit. The disabled have to either live in senior housing, which or they have to have a group home, and the group homes are not good. And also a good portion of them are landlords that are charging way overpriced for a small, like, closet-sized room. You know, just barely big enough to be legal. it doesn't help that we're a sanctuary state, so all of the damn illegals come running out here. I don't mind immigrants at all. In fact, I think, you know, without them, you know, our world would, you know, our country would be poorer. My problem is that when they come in without papers, you know, without going through the proper checks and balances system that we do have set in place. That's my problem. Yeah, I had to deal with people today on Twitter talking about how Trump's trying to, like, you know, be a bastard because he wants to forbid people who were on federal assistance for 12 months out of, you know, that's the year. If you were on government assistance of any kind for 1 year out of the 3 or whatever, for every 3 that you were there, you don't get anything. You don't get a green card. And I'm sorry. That's, to me, that doesn't sound strict at all. If you're gonna come here, you need to be able to support yourself. We've got enough veterans and the elderly and children and stuff like that that are in need that we can't be having a bunch of new people who can't take care of themselves coming in. As much as people might want to, you cannot help the world. There are not enough resources in America to help everybody. I do wish I could, though. You know, I've come up with a couple of ideas, though, to, you know, philanthropy type ideas. If I ever got the money to be able to do it, you know, that would help out, you know, people with low incomes and stuff like that. But I really would need a lot of money to start it up. And I don't have that right now. I want to start this thing where you, I don't know if I told you about it or not, but I want to start up this thing where, all you have to do, you know, is buy a plot of land, you know, pretty big plot of land, and you, build, like, smaller homes, like stuff that's 1,000 square feet or less, that's only supposed to be for like 1, 2 to 4 people, you know, super small families or singles, couples, that kind of thing. I'm not gonna build huge, like, you know, 8-kid household things, you know, that's crazy, but what I do is you build all the small homes there, and the amount of land will depict, you know, of course, you know, dictate how many are there. but there should on each plot there should be no less than 3, and then you apply to the program because it's gonna be a little non-profit program. You apply, you declare your income and everything like that. And it'll be strict. So if you lie, if we find out later that you're working under the table somewhere, and not reporting the money, stuff like that, you will get kicked out of this program. Because as much as I love my mother, she did that, but she wouldn't have had to. She wouldn't have had to if we'd gotten on food stamps and stuff like that back when I was younger. My mom didn't want to have to go on public assistance, so she didn't until we moved in here. Neither one of us have ever been on public assistance until we moved in here. And we were told that there's no, we were told by family members and friends and stuff that there's no shame in asking for help if we can't keep a roof over our head. So, but basically, same rules that apply for public assistance. You can't work under the table and not report it. That kind of thing. And then you can rent to own, basically. So for it'll be a sliding scale, like a percentage. I haven't I don't know what the median would be or anything like that off the top of my head right now. But for like maybe 10-25% of your income or something like that, that would be your rent. If I could make it so that you paid a flat fee for utilities with your rent, I could do that. Like I said, I'd have to do a lot of planning and talking to people and stuff for that. But make it so that people can rent to own a small house, and then they can sell it back to the nonprofit for the price that they bought it for, basically, And that allows them to have money to go and hopefully get a mortgage for a house that's outside the program. That kind of thing, I don't know how viable any of this would be. I would have to get an architect, a lawyer, an engineer, and a general contractor. And money at the bare minimum.